Practical tips for fair leadership. In the last video, we explored what organisational fairness is and why it matters. Now let's focus in a little more detail on what you can do in practice to help your team feel fairly treated. 1. Distributive fairness. To achieve distributive fairness, aim to distribute workloads, opportunities, recognition and rewards based on clear, relevant criteria. Be alert to signs of perceived favouritism or imbalance and talk openly with your team about how work and opportunities are allocated. And check regularly whether workloads feel fair to team members and adjust where possible. 2. Procedural fairness. To achieve procedural fairness, involve team members in decisions that affect them where possible, even when the final decision isn't theirs. Apply policies and processes consistently and explain how decisions were reached, and review both the outcomes and the fairness of the process used. 3. Informational fairness. To strengthen informational fairness, share timely, relevant information your team needs to do their jobs and understand decisions. Be transparent about what you can't share and why, for example, confidentiality. And keep people updated where you can so decisions don't come as a surprise. 4. Interpersonal fairness. To show interpersonal fairness, treat every team member with dignity and respect, including during difficult conversations. Listen actively and empathetically to concerns and feedback, and model respectful behaviour in every interaction, including how you speak about people who aren't present. Consulting your team. When consulting your team about fairness, remember it can be quite an emotive topic. Be as open as possible to their feedback on what you could do to help them experience greater fairness in their roles. At the same time, acknowledge that as a direct leader, there are limits to what you can change. For example, broader organisational policies or decisions may affect how fair things feel to your team, even when you're personally committed to promoting fairness. Be transparent about these limits in your conversation. Focus on what is within your control, explaining decisions clearly, treating everyone respectfully, and advocating for fairer processes where you see gaps. Most importantly, show your team how you've acted on their feedback, or explain honestly why certain changes couldn't be made. In summary, think of a recent decision or workload change that has impacted your team. Could it have been distributed or communicated more fairly? If so, what might you do differently next time?